What's good, y'all? Alex Moore here, back again with another video. Thank you as always for tuning into the channel. Make sure you guys do follow me on Instagram at @realalexmoore_. That's the best place for y'all to catch me when I'm not posting on here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 steps that I did to put on 15 pounds in 90 days and go from a skinny guy to, well, you know, a little bit more size on me, a little bit more leanness. I'm not going to say that I'm jacked just yet, but we making good progress. This video, I'm going to share with you guys how I went from weighing 160 pounds back in April to weighing 175 pounds in July. You guys might be thinking, Alex, it's only 15 pounds, like it's really not that big of a deal. For all the people who struggle to gain weight, all the hard gainers, this is a video specifically for those guys. I've been somebody who has struggled with gaining weight my whole life. I remember graduating high school, I was about 5'10", 5'11", only weighed 130 pounds. I was super skinny. Only thing I wanted to do was just gain weight. I remember when I was younger, I was probably about 21 at this time. My only objective that I had was to weigh 150 pounds. That literally, I want to say it was probably like 138 or 139 at the time. Think about that. As a 21-year-old at almost 6 feet, I was that small. And one of the things I used to just tell everybody is, man, I just want to get to 150. I just want to get to 150. I remember eating all of these peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all the time at work. I'm putting in extra peanut butter, extra jelly, drinking a protein shake, eating a whole bunch of In-N-Out, a double, animal style fries, a chocolate shake. And it seemed like no matter what I did, I could not gain weight, bro. And so thankfully over the years, I was able to at least put on a little bit of size just naturally, which brings me to where I was at back in April, getting up to 160 pounds. And even though my frame started to fill out at least a little bit more, I didn't look nearly as bad as I did back in the day. I still wasn't satisfied with what I looked. I still didn't feel like I was pushing as much weight in the gym as I wanted to. Still didn't feel like my physique commanded a lot of respect. I still felt like I was one of the weakest people in any room that I went into. I was able to get a coach to help me just lock in on everything, and I'm going to share some of the secrets that helps me gain weight, and hopefully you guys can start your journey as well. Without further ado, let's get straight into the vid. Yeah, y'all, it's bulk season. It's time to go after it. It's time to go crazy. I know we halfway through summer, but come next summer, our body is gonna be right. The first thing I wanna talk to y'all, which is probably the most important thing, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, have a nutrition plan. This is so important, you guys, and I think this is something that a lot of people fail to take serious. See, like I said a little bit earlier, I was the guy who thought I was doing a lot. I was eating a whole bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I was eating a whole bunch of fast food, having chocolate shakes, ice creams, you name it. But at the end of the day, I wasn't even tracking how many calories I was taking in the first place, so I really didn't know where to start. So the first thing I want you guys to do, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you probably aren't doing it right now, I'm gonna just be real. The first thing you need to do is download MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a free app. It's something you've probably heard of before. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, but if you're anything like me, you might use it for breakfast and lunch, but you don't even put in what you have for dinner. I was that type of guy. I was somebody who would fall off on MyFitnessPal after the first 3-4 days. But you need to spend a good 1 to 2 weeks first just tracking your progress, tracking what it is that you're eating in the first place. This has nothing to do with trying to bulk or put on any exercise or eat any more, but you need to at least have a good base, a good understanding for where you're at in the first place. I don't care if the meal changes every single day. I don't care if you're eating the same things every day. A week to 2 weeks is a good enough time to say, okay, I see that I eat 1,600 calories a day. Or okay, I see I'm taking in 2,400 calories a day. Whatever the case may be, you need to know where to start. You can't move forward at all if you don't know where you're at. That's the problem with us, is a lot of times we just go straight into, oh, I need to do this, this, and this, but we don't even have a starting point or anything to gauge off of where we're at. I have a coach, so I was able to have him customize my nutrition plan for me. So before I started my bulking journey, I was eating 2,000 calories a day. I was wondering why I wasn't gaining weight, but it's like, bro, you're not eating anything. So the first thing my coach had me do is create a plan for me to eat 3,600 calories per day. Now I tell y'all, when I heard that, I was in my head like, how am I supposed to eat 3,600 calories a day? I'm barely struggling to go ahead and hit 2,000, but you want me to up that to 3,600? Thankfully, I was able to have a list of everything that I should be eating for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. So there's no way I could mess this up. It was literally dumbed down to be foolproof. So I knew in the mornings what I was supposed to eat, if I was supposed to eat a peanut butter and banana toast sandwich, or if I was supposed to have a yogurt parfait. Whatever the case may be, I knew exactly what I was supposed to eat for breakfast. And same thing goes for lunch. I knew if I was supposed to have chicken and rice, whatever the case may be, I knew what I was supposed to have for lunch and what I was supposed to have for dinner. Not only did I do that, but I had this guy right here. This is the secret sauce. This is really the key to putting on weight. This has 1,260 calories. This has 50 grams of protein and 251 grams of carbs. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all just add this on top of however much extra you're gonna be eating in the first place, you're gonna be set, bro. So that made it a lot easier for me. So since I only had to take in 3,600 calories and I usually was already taking in about 2,000, I just had to eat only an extra 400 calories, take that shake, and boom, I done hit my 3,600 calorie intake for the day. That simple. Dumb it down as simple as possible. You don't have to complicate things. You don't have to come up with a whole bunch of different meals to eat on a regular basis. Just create a plan that you can eat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make sure you're taking your protein shake every single day. And I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna see progress in no time. I wanna say my first couple of weeks, I put on probably 7-8 pounds just off the strength of using that mass gainers. You also wanna make sure you're eating the right foods. You don't just wanna sit here and just eat anything, because we still wanna look the right way. That doesn't mean if you can eat more food to just go ahead and get pizza and go ahead and get ice cream and go ahead and have fast food and eat all these things. No, we want to make sure we're fueling our body. We want this to be a nice bulk. We don't want this to be a bulk where we eat all this food and our fat just goes to our stomach and now we just look the same. We did gain weight. We don't look no different because we didn't do anything other than just eat more. So make sure you track your foods, make sure you add that mass protein gainer, make sure you're eating the right foods. Don't divert from the schedule. Stay on point with this, and I guarantee if you do that, you're gonna start to gain weight in no time, bro. That's the first tip. We still got 2 more tips that I'm gonna give you. Like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all do all 3 of these, you finna be him in no time. I'm trying to tell you, bro. The next thing we're gonna do, and I'm pretty sure y'all already know, but we're gonna take it up another level. We're gonna push ourselves in the gym. You're probably saying, but Alex, I already go to the gym. Like, I already push myself, bro. Trust me, I'm trying to tell you. You aren't pushing yourself the way you think you are in the gym. You're probably not going to failure the way you think you are. But since you are gonna be eating a lot more food, I'm telling you, your gym progress is gonna take off like crazy. You're gonna have way more energy than you had before. You're gonna push way more weight in the gym than you did before. Once I realized that, for one, I was never eating enough to start with, and realized that that was half the battle on why I wasn't seeing any progress in the gym, everything changed, bro. Like, my gym progress literally went up the first week that I started doing this. Not only that, but we created a whole gym program for me. Like, I had a whole program on what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday looks like. I'm gonna fill you in on my gym split. I hit hamstrings on Tuesdays, arms on Wednesdays, quads and calves on Thursdays. I rest on Friday. I hit chest on Saturday, and then I hit shoulders and back on Sunday. I made sure that I was going to failure on dang near all my exercises. And this is something that mentally took me a long time to really understand, because before I was thinking I was going to failure, but I had to understand I wasn't going to failure. Like, I still always had 1, 2, sometimes even 3 reps left in the tank, but I thought, okay, well, if I shoot for 12 or if I shoot for 13 or if I shoot for 14, whatever the case may be, that's me going to failure because I did more than whatever I did before, which is good, but there's still a whole nother level that I could have tapped into this whole time. And so you guys might be just selling yourself short on your lifts. You might not be going to failure the way you think you are. So that's the first thing that you want to do, is make sure you're going to failure with your exercises, really pushing yourself. But 2, you want to keep track of all your exercises. You want to know how you're progressing from week to week. I was somebody who, back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, I freestyled my workouts. I never kept track of what I was doing on a day-to-day basis. I would hit 135 on bench for 6 times maybe for my first set, and then maybe hit it for 4 times on the second, 3 times on the third, and maybe 4 times on the fourth. I don't know, I'm talking about back in the day. Then a week or 2 would pass and I would forget where I was at a week or 2 before that. So there would be plenty of times where I'm thinking I'm progressing, but I'm really not progressing because I don't even know what I hit 2 weeks ago. I didn't keep track of it, I didn't log it, and so I was wondering why I was never really seeing the strength gains that I wanted or seeing any gym progress, but I wasn't tracking anything to begin with. So that might be one thing you guys are doing wrong too, is just not tracking your lifts at all. I would just say make sure you're tracking your lifts, make sure you're pushing yourself in the gym as hard as you possibly can, and make sure you're taking your progress pictures as well. You want to be taking your progress pictures. It could vary, honestly. It's really more so your choice. If you want to take progress pictures once every week, you can do that. If you want to wait once every 4 weeks, you can do that as well. I chose just to do once every 4 weeks because I didn't really want to worry about the minimal changes, not really being able to see how my physique changed from a week to week basis. But if I did it by 4 weeks, it was like, okay, that's a good enough time frame for me to see, okay, my chest is getting a little bit bigger, my arms are getting a little bit bigger, my quads are getting a little bit more defined. Now we have one more tip, and this is a tip that I'm still working through till this day. And so I don't want you guys to say, but Alex, I did the first tip that you said, I followed it to a T. I did the second tip that you said, I followed it to a T. Why do I still feel like this? I'm about to tell you what it is right now. Give your body time. Now, Alex, what does that mean? What that means is you might be like me. Maybe you did successfully go from weighing 160 pounds to weighing 175 pounds, or from weighing 130 to 150, whatever the case may be. Like, Alex, I did it. I put on the 15 pounds. I put on the 20 pounds. I put on 30 pounds. Why do I still not look the way I thought I was gonna look? That's one thing that I had to understand, was even though I put on the extra weight, it didn't all go to the places right away that I wanted to go to. Like, yes, I did start to fill out my frame a little bit more, but I also started to have a little pudge as well. And that was me after eating pretty much healthy for the most part, not really eating the fast foods, eating a lot of fruits, eating a lot of protein, a lot of chicken, a lot of salmon, like just eating the right things. But it's like, I'm still not seeing the physique that I want to see. That's okay, bro. Everybody's body is different. Just because you put in work for those 90 days doesn't mean you're gonna have the perfect jacked physique. Now, for some people you might, but for others, you know, you might have a little bit of a gut now, or you might have a little bit of an extra fat in some other places. That's okay. That's totally normal. This is a process that takes time. It takes time to sculpt your body. It takes time to go through body recomposition, especially if this is the first time you're doing it, don't have that experience. You can get a little upset and frustrated with yourself and be like, dang, I did all this right, but I don't like what I see in the mirror. That's okay, bro. For one, just give yourself time, but two, understand that you might have to go on a little mini cut afterwards, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I'm currently on a mini cut right now just because, you know, I got up to 175 and I realized, you know, I still don't have that 1% physique that I want. Now, obviously, it still takes time. I know I still have to put on more muscle, continue to get stronger. So I know as I continue to fill out my frame more, my physique is gonna look a lot better and I'm gonna be a lot more happy with where I'm at. But just in the current term, I'm like, okay, well, I like that my shoulders are getting a little bit bigger. I like that my arms are popping a little bit more, but I hate the fact that I have a gut. I don't wanna keep having a gut like that. So I actually decided to go on a cut myself. So you guys might have to go on a cut as well, just to, you know, see how your body reacts. I got up to 175. I see how my body looks. I'm like, I don't really know if that's my vibe. Let me go ahead and bring it down a little bit. I want to make sure my six pack is popping a little bit more. I just want you to understand that if you don't have the perfect physique in the 90 days, that's totally fine. It's okay for you to go on a little mini cut if you need to, add a little cardio. I wasn't doing no cardio before. It was literally just strictly weights and abs. That was it, no cardio. So now I've cut down the calories. I've also added the cardio as well as still hitting abs, and we're gonna see where I'm at shortly. But I just want you guys to know and understand that this is a long game. This isn't something that you just have to have perfect right away. You can play around with your body and see what works best for you for as long as you need to. You can bulk up if you need to. You can cut if you need to. That's the best part, is it's your body. You can sculpt it however you want to. I'm telling you guys, if you follow these 3 tips, if you follow having a nutrition plan, you stick to it to a T, you hop on MyFitnessPal, and you make sure you're tracking everything every single day, bro, you're gonna see progress. Push yourself in the gym like you've never pushed yourself before. You're making sure you're working out 5 days a week, not 3 days a week. We're hard gainers, so we need to make sure we're pushing ourselves in the gym on a regular basis. You need to be in that gym 5 days a week, pushing yourself, keeping track of your lifts, making sure you're going to actual failure. If you do those 2 things in 90 days, bro, you're gonna see results. There's no way you don't put on 10 pounds, 15 pounds. You might even put on 20 pounds. Like, who knows? My experience might be totally different from your experience, but if you do those 2 alone, and then you follow the 3rd step, which is give yourself time, give your body time to catch up, make a few mini adjustments if needed, there's no way that you're not gonna be able to create that dream physique that you want, that 1% physique that you want. You're gonna be able to make that transformation that people look at and they say, dang, I remember when Alex was the skinniest dude around. I remember when Kenny was a little twig. I remember when James was just a little weenie. Whatever the case may be, when they see you pop out, they see you fitting your shirts a lot better, they see you making progress in the gym, they see your confidence going up, they see that you have a whole new aura to you than what you had before, bro, you're gonna feel so good and you're gonna be so happy that you just took things more serious and you finally locked in. So I just want to tell everybody, just because you haven't seen the results just yet doesn't mean they're not going to come. Make sure you keep going. Don't let the fact that if you don't see the scale moving right away, don't let that deter you. Don't let that stop you and say, I can't do it, because you can, bro. We're all on this journey together. We all have different journeys. There's plenty of people on YouTube that you could look up who were exactly where we were at, and they've excelled to just have insane physiques, bro. Like, those are people that I look up to, because I know I still have a long ways to go. I'm nowhere near where I want to be myself, but the biggest thing is just locking in, staying dedicated, staying focused, having that long-term progression, having that long-term mindset that, yo, if I just keep doing this every single day, I'm gonna see progress. There's no way I could fail. So I just wanted to go ahead and bring you guys that video real quick. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's Alex. I'll see you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.